cut to in the corporate world scenario. And that's what we see, right? When you get people to focus on what is it that they want to develop. Even now, I realize that what is probably stopping people is perhaps their inability to be comfortable with uncertainty, comfortable with uncomfortable situations, because that is also one of the important aspects of learning. Because if you are not allowing yourself to be in an uncomfortable situation, you're perhaps stopping yourself from growing, and this has its roots in your early childhood as a student, where you were only focused on the marks. So here, cut to for an individual, he's only focused on the performance appraisal um, and feedback. That's also one of the blocks. Most people look at feedback as criticism. So that also has its roots in our childhood, based on the messages we perhaps receive from our teachers and parents. And I think in the formal education, nobody tells us how to respond to a particular to a particular emotion. How do you respond to, as I said, and how do you face your fears? The focus is only on those formal learning concepts. So that is what is missing, and that is perhaps impacting overall individual behaviors and performance.
It is the truth. The fact is you don't know. The fact is that you are uncertain. The fact is that knowledge is limited. What you know is very limited. You cannot capture everything through what you already know. So those being with the uncertainty, trying to learn from them, and from uncertainty then going to certainty, I think gives a very different kind of confidence and a very different kind of learning, which comes from simply accumulating information and then being certain in your knowledge.
Correct.
So that is what I think. And the second, what Satyajit mentioned about facing embarrassment, and what you also mentioned, I think the root cause of what blocks us is ego. And ego is nothing but knowledge. And so I would say that knowledge is of two types. One is the technical knowledge that we gather information. The other type of knowledge is knowledge about ourselves, which is the ego. So ego is not the knowledge about ourselves, what we think about ourselves, what we feel about ourselves, and knowledge. We are always identifying this with this knowledge, and when this knowledge is missing, or when this knowledge feels insufficient, we feel uncomfortable. But the truth is that this knowledge is always incomplete. It is